morning to all of you. Welcome to the computer class. I am your computer teacher Sukriti, and today we are going to move further in this chapter. So students, first of all, how are you all? I hope that all of you are good at your places. So it's advisable to all of you to wear masks whenever you step outside your home, and also sanitize and wash your hands at regular intervals. So students, before going further in this chapter, let's just revise a few key points that we discussed in the previous video. Okay, so in the previous video, in the starting of this chapter, we talked about what is a computer. Okay, and we also talked about the different functionings of computer, and in the last we discussed about the characteristics of our computer. So basically a computer is an electronic device. It's a computing device which helps us to perform different functions at a very fast speed. Second one is that our computer possesses different functionalities, and basic functionality of a computer is it performs certain tasks in four basic steps. First, we give input to the computer. After providing that input, our computer processes something which is done with the help of a processor. After that, our computer generates some kind of result which is known as output, and we can receive those output from our output devices. And finally, the storage devices, or you can say our computer stores certain amount of data, instructions or information in the storage devices. So it is stored in the form of with the help of hard disk. Okay, so after that we discussed about the different characteristics that our computer possesses. So first of all, we talked about the accuracy factor. So in the accuracy factor, we talked about how our computer always generates accurate results. It always and always gives us correct result. Then second point was of diligence. Diligence basically refers to the efficiency of our computer, that it can always and always perform complicated tasks and repetitive tasks very efficiently without making any kind of error. The third point was of versatility. So I told you that versatility means that a computer can perform various type of tasks without getting confused in a very efficient manner. And the fourth point was about power of remembering. So power of remembering means that our computer stores enormous, or you can say huge amount of data within itself. Then the fifth point was of logical decisions. So your computer never ever gets confused. So it always displays the results on its screen very steadfastly, very speedily. Okay? And after that, our computer has no IQ. Whatever instructions or commands we give to the computer performs all the functions according to those inputs. The last one was that our computer has no feeling. So it does not have feelings or emotions, taste, knowledge and experience. Thus it does not get tired after long hours of work. So it does not distinguish between the users. आप उससे कितना भी काम करवाते रहो, आप 24/7 उसके ऊपर काम करते रहो, it never ever gets tired, it does not get any kind of fatigue. So these were some of the characteristics that we discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, so in this lecture we are going towards what are the basic classifications of computer. So let's continue. Computers can be classified on the basis of purpose, components and size. So our computers can be classified on these three parameters. So on the basis of these three parameters, our computers are classified into three categories. So first is analog computers, second is digital computers, and the third one is hybrid computers. So as the name suggests, analog computers. So analog computers are computers that measure physical quantities such as temperature, length, pressure, weather reports, and convert them to numerical values. So these type of analog computers, they are basically used in the field of science and engineering purposes. So they basically measure physical quantities like weather, temperature, pressure. Okay. After that, analog computers, there comes another type of computers which are called digital computers. So digital computers, as its name is suggesting, so basically it helps in calculating mathematical operations. It helps in performing mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction. Okay, so one very important thing here is that our computer stores each and everything in itself in the form of binary digits. And what are these binary digits? So binary digits are known as bits. So binary digits in means that our computer always and always stores the information in the form of zeros and ones. So whatever instructions we give to the computer stores in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so as you can see here, there is a chart here that what it is telling units of computer memory. So here 1 bit, as I told you in the previous video, that 1 bit, what is the meaning of 1 bit? So 1 bit means is equal to binary digit. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. So here is some additional knowledge. So as it is told that one binary digit is equal to 1 bit, or 1 bit is equal to binary digit, so 2 binary digits are known as crumb, 4 binary digits are known as nibble. Okay, so let's just focus on the screen. So 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, and 1 byte and 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte. Then 1024 kilobyte is equal to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabyte is equivalent to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte. Then see on the right hand side, 1024 terabyte is equal to 1 petabyte. 1024 petabyte is equal to 1 exabyte. 1024 exabyte is equal to 1 zettabyte. 1024 zettabyte is equal to 1 yottabyte. 1024 yottabyte is equal to 1 brontobyte, and 1024 brontobyte is equal to 1 geobyte. Okay, so these are the basic units. How does our computer stores all the information in itself? Okay students, so after that, like we talked about the analog computers, digital computers, then there is another type of computers which is known as hybrid computers. So basically, as its name is suggesting, hybrid का meaning ही यही है that it has the combination of both analog as well as digital computers. So basically these type of computers are used in the field of cardiology. So doctors, or you can say cardiologists, who work in the field of heart, so they need these type of computers because it is a combination of both analog as well as digital computers. Okay students, so these were the type of computers which were categorized on the basis of purpose, components and size. After that, we have another different types of computer which are categorized depending upon their size, efficiency, memory and number of users. Okay, so first type of computer is microcomputer. ओके, सो माइक्रो कंप्यूटर को हम पर्सनल कंप्यूटर भी बोल सकते हैं या फिर हम इसको डेस्कटॉप कंप्यूटर भी बोल सकते हैं. इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज माइक्रो कंप्यूटर और माइक्रो बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स साइज, क्योंकि ये छोटा होता है, दैट्स वाई इट्स कॉल्ड माइक्रो. एंड ऑल्सो इट यूजेस माइक्रो प्रोसेसर. सो व्हाट इज़ अ माइक्रो प्रोसेसर? यू मस्ट बी वंडरिंग कि व्हाट इज़ अ माइक्रो प्रोसेसर. सो माइक्रो प्रोसेसर इज़ अ वेरी स्मॉल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस which consists of thousands of circuits on a silicon chip. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली आपकी एक सिलिकॉन की चिप होती है जिसके ऊपर आपके पास बहुत सारे सर्किट्स होते हैं, उसको हम बोल देते हैं माइक्रो प्रोसेसर. सो जो हमारे पास फर्स्ट माइक्रो कंप्यूटर बना था, दैट वाज बिल्ट ऑफ 8-bit microprocessor chip. After that, as you know that advancement in technology is going on, ठीक है, तो धीरे धीरे हमारे पास अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांसमेंट होती जा रही है. सो विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम देयर केम 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit चिप्स. मार्केट में आनी शुरू हो गई थी. सो द मेन फीचर ऑफ दिस माइक्रो कंप्यूटर इज दैट इट हैज़ 3 बेसिक यूनिट्स, दैट इज अरिथमेटिकल लॉजिकल यूनिट ALU, control unit, and the last one is memory units. So all these 3 units are embedded on the same single chip, which is known as microprocessor. So that's why, because it uses microprocessor and it is small in size, that's why these computers are known as microcomputer. After the microcomputer, there comes another type of computer, that is called portable computer. ओके, सो पोर्टेबल कंप्यूटर, पोर्टेबल का क्या मीनिंग होता है? पोर्टेबल का मीनिंग ये होता है कि जिस कंप्यूटर को, जिस भी डिवाइस को आप कहीं भी कैरी कर सकते हो, दैट इज़ नोन एज पोर्टेबल. सो आप जो भी घर में लैपटॉप्स यूज़ करते हो, या फिर नोटबुक लैपटॉप्स यूज़ करते हो, या फिर टैब्स या टैबलेट्स जो आप यूज़ करते हो, दोज ऑल फॉल अंडर दी कैटेगरी ऑफ पोर्टेबल कंप्यूटर्स. सो बेसिकली जो आपका लैपटॉप है, आपका टैबलेट है, या आपके नोटबुक्स हैं, वो अपने आप में फुली ब्लोन सिस्टम्स हैं जिसके अंदर सेम हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर होता है जैसे आपका माइक्रो कंप्यूटर के अंदर यूज़ होता है. ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट कम्स पाम टॉप्स एंड हैंड हेल्ड्स. सो बेसिकली Palm Pilot mobile app, iPad, and handspring devices, these all fall under the category of palm tops and handheld devices. So basically the computing power and storage battery backup of these devices are quite high. They can also be held with the help of a hand, जैसे कि हम अपने हाथ में भी इनको कैरी कर सकते हैं. The third characteristics of this palm tops and handheld computers is that they have mini operating system. Okay, so these were about the palm tops and handhelds. After that, there comes another type of computer which is known as mini computer. Okay, so the characteristics of mini computer are these have good processing speed, and also the storage of these type of computers is quite higher than microcomputers. So these type of computers support more than one user at a time. So इन टाइप के computers के अंदर क्या होता है, हमारे पास मल्टी यूज़र सिस्टम होता है, काफ़ी सारे यूज़र्स एक सिंगल टाइम पर वर्क कर सकते हैं. So it is also used for processing large volume of data in organizations, and these can also act as servers, or these can also be used as servers in local area network. जैसे आप सब लोग जानते हैं कि local area network क्या होता है, तो local area network के अंदर these computers can be used as servers. And the last characteristic of these type of computers is that it supports all high level languages. Okay students, so after this mini computer there comes another type of computer which is known as mainframe computer. So I will tell you 5 and 6 characteristics of these type of computer. So first of all, it is very large in size. Second, it processes large amount of data. ओके, सो एज वी आर मूविंग फर्दर, लाइक हमने पहले माइक्रो कंप्यूटर पढ़ा, फिर हमने पोर्टेबल कंप्यूटर पढ़ा, देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द पाम टॉप्स, देन मिनी कंप्यूटर. सो जैसे जैसे हम आगे फॉरवर्ड मूव कर रहे हैं, सो जो भी हम कंप्यूटर्स के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, सो हर कंप्यूटर के अंदर प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड बढ़ती जा रही है. ठीक है, उनकी स्टोरेज कैपेसिटी बढ़ रही है. सो जो मेन फ्रेम कंप्यूटर्स है, इनकी जो प्रोसेसिंग होती है मिनी कंप्यूटर से बेटर होती है, स्टोरेज स्पीड भी ज़्यादा होती है. ठीक है. सो दीज टाइप ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स ऑपरेट एट हाई स्पीड, दे हैव लार्ज स्टोरेज कैपेसिटी, एंड ऑल्सो दे सपोर्ट मल्टी यूज़र सिस्टम. सो बेसिकली जैसे कि हमने मिनी कंप्यूटर्स के अंदर बात करी कि वहाँ पे जो कंप्यूटर्स होते हैं वो एज अ सर्वर काम कर सकते हैं लैन एटमॉस्फेयर में. ऐसे ही जो हमारे पास मेन फ्रेम कंप्यूटर्स होते हैं, उनके जो टर्मिनल्स होते हैं या फिर उनको जो भी उनकी नोड्स होती हैं, दे कैन एक्ट एज कंट्रोलिंग नोड्स इन वैन. वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क में वो एज कंट्रोलिंग नोड्स काम कर सकते हैं. सो डेक, ICL and IBM 3000 series are all examples of mainframe computers. So after mainframe computers, there is another type of computers, and this one is the last type of computer, that is called supercomputers. सो सुपर कंप्यूटर, जैसे इसका नेम सजेस्ट कर रहा है, तो सुपर कंप्यूटर वॉज एक्चुअली मेड फॉर स्पेशल पर्पसेस. सो बेसिकली जो, क्योंकि ये स्पेशल पर्पसेस के लिए बनाए गए थे, सो दीज आर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव and they process large amount of data and these work very fastly. Okay, these have high processing speed as compared to other computers, and they support multi-processing technique and can interconnect with multi-processors together. So generally क्या होता है, हमारा एक कंप्यूटर एक माइक्रो प्रोसेसर से ही अटैच होता है, वो उसी के थ्रू वर्किंग करता है. लेकिन जो हमारे पास सुपर कंप्यूटर्स हैं, इनके पास ये कैपेबिलिटी है कि ये काफ़ी सारे माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स को आपस में इंटर कनेक्ट करके वर्क करते हैं. सो because they are made for special purposes, so these are used for weather forecasting, medical research, aircraft design, remote sensing and other areas. So the examples of supercomputer are Cray YMP, Cray 2, NEC SX3, Cray XMP, and from India there is a supercomputer that is called Param. So students, I hope that these information will be very very useful to you. आज हमने क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ा कि कैसे हमारे कंप्यूटर्स की क्लासिफिकेशन हुई है and on what basis these have been classified. So the homework for you is that please watch this video, and साथ साथ you should have a notebook with you so that you can just write down the key points, and in the future these points will be very very useful to you. Okay students, I hope you will watch this video and just be safe at your home. Thank you so much.